At such a great moment, you would think Elijah would be flying high. Well, as we finished last week, we looked in 18, when Elijah goes up on top of the mountain with his servant, and he prayed 7 times. We spoke about how whenever he was praying, it took 7 times. Of course, James chapter number 5 told us that our friend Elijah is much like us in our infirmities, in our weaknesses. He prayed. God didn't answer in the instant like he did when the fire fell, but it took 7 times. I want to reiterate that for those who are listening and listening by podcast and who are present tonight. Many times God will answer right away, and sometimes it will take up to 7 times. Sometimes it'll take up 7 times 70. What changed in that moment was God trying to be persuaded that God had to be persuaded to do the thing that he already said he was going to do. He already told Elijah that he will send the rain on the nation. Why did he have to pray 7 times? Well, after such a great victory, God was working on Elijah. Because remember, Elijah is just like us. How big-headed, and how egocentric we will become if we have God at our beck and call and we have might and power. We might get a little cocky and believe that we're the ones that are strong. In that instance, in the 7 times he prayed, whenever the servant would go and look and he'd say, is there any change? No, there's no change. He would continue to pray, asking God to do what he said. Now, how does that apply to us as believers in this modern day time? In the middle of the prayer, I'm asking you to continue to pray. I'm asking you to continue to ask God. Maybe you're saying, I've asked more than 7 times. Maybe I've asked 1 or 2 times, and I guess God don't want to do it. Continue to pray. Maybe there's not been much change. Maybe they're not acting like that. Maybe things have gotten worse. Maybe the atmosphere has gotten a little bit drier and there's no rain. Continue to pray. That's what we learn from this text, that God has promised that he will seek out the wayward, the prodigal, that he will save the sinner. Continue to pray that God will do what he said he'll do.